If you've just finished your rapid research activity, I'm sure you're buzzing with information and facts. From your conversations with stakeholders and with each other, you may also have some observations and opinions. That's a great starting point. However, what you have now are data points and observations. Those are the building blocks, but as a design thinker, you need to mine for insights. Yes, dig for them, because they're not superficial and not easily found on the surface. But what is an insight? Some people say it's the eureka moment, when things connect and you see things clearly, the pieces and the relations, and suddenly everything makes sense. They are deep, universal human truths. They're like hindsight 2020. In retrospect, they seem obvious. Insights versus observations. If observations tell you what people do, insights tell you the deeper meaning and reason or motivation behind what people do. We need to cull insights from observations. Let's go back to the La Paire example. Students found that people preferred to disregard and hide the impairments of old age until they're finally forced to accept growing old because of a nuisance too great to ignore. Products made for the elderly furthermore reflect their condition and remind them that they are old. The insight here, as the research team found, was that people did not accept aging because it meant losing control and autonomy in their own homes and lives. Growing old was associated with losing control. Having this key insight in hand, they could then focus on creating a product that didn't highlight aging, but instead focused on giving the user greater control. Why are insights important to the design thinking process? Insights are key because they guide the process. Having good insights really is like mining and finding a treasure, a key piece of understanding about your users that no one else has. This understanding sets the tone for the entire process and guide as it reminds you of what really matters for the user and for you as a designer. These deep pieces of understanding of the user are the things you should hold on to throughout the entire process until you can meet your user again. This will remind you of how your user thinks and sees the world on a particular matter or situation. And this should help you find a way when creating something for him or for her. There is no wrong or right on building insights. Every perception is valid and should be heard before refinement. Sharing these perceptions with the multidisciplinary team that's working with you is also key for you to build empathy with your user through each other's eyes. Sharing will also ensure that your team is on the same page for the steps ahead. How can you start insighting? First, your mind needs to be open to discover insights. Here are some tools to get you started. Rapid insighting. Put down insights individually as a group and group them into clusters by common themes. We saw, we heard. Record everything you saw and heard in your research. They could be images, sketches, or notes. 5 whys. This is a technique to get you to the root cause of a problem. We'll tell you more about it in a bit. As you start off, remember not to mistake observations for insights. Happy insighting!